everybody, and welcome to the another Impulse Plays gameplay video. I am Andy Culpepper. I'm joined here by Crazy Carl Winter. What's up, Carl?
I'm actually a little bit disappointed in us. This is going to come as a bit of a surprise, but we have not talked about basic lands in a deck in a long time, so we have to get back on that at some point.
That is true. We've been slacking off. Yeah, that's a
Yep,
very important detail.
they're so pretty. Like they're just all pretty. There's no bad ones, but yeah.
Yeah,
So what do we got today, Andy?
summer bird. Us, as far as basics or
Yeah. What color basis
uh,
were we playing with today?
likewise. Yeah. I mean, these are sweet. You've got the masked foil, right?
Yep. So we got some foil islands and a stifle nut deck, and then Chris is rocking. I think they're like 7th edition foil swamps and forests in his rock deck.
Oh, is that right? Wow. Yeah, this deck is getting pretty pimp, I have to say.
Yeah, it's real pretty. He's doing a really good job with it. Yep, those are 7th
Yeah,
edition. Yeah,
I didn't actually recognize those, but yeah, they look pretty amazing.
yeah, they're pretty sweet. They're pretty sweet. Uh, Before we get into it, who do you think has the advantage game one?
That's a good question. I mean, they say the Rock is 45% against everything, but I
Hmm,
feel like this should be a matchup where
it's
the
better.
Rock can do some good things. You've just
Yeah,
got enough disruption, enough removal. I
yeah.
feel like I can get there, so I'm gonna put my chips on the Rock.
Okay, I think I will too. Yeah, it's I don't know. 12/12s are very powerful, but like this, I don't know. I don't know if this deck
Yeah,
has
it
got
really is.
enough oomph to get through, but we'll see. All right, so looks like I am playing Dreadnoughts on the left, Chris is on the right playing the Rock, and I am mulling to 6, keeping Dreadnoughts. Looks like an enabler and some lands. Seems pretty good.
All right, turn one therapy, naming Dreadnought. Let's go.
I think it's a turn one therapy naming Dreadnought. Yep, turn one therapy naming Dreadnought.
Beautiful.
Delightful.
All right, we got there. That
Th-
should be the game, right? I mean,
Pretty much, yeah.
calling it too early, but
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. At least there's justice in the world still, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, Dreadnought is hard enough to find sometimes as a 4 of, so
mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, yep. Well, typically I would say, well, we're going to sit around forever while we wait for the Rock to kill the defenseless Dreadnought player. But Chris has got, if I'm not mistaken, oh, he's got a treetop village. I mean, that's the thing he's allowed to do
Mm.
too. But he's got Call of the Herd. Like
Okay.
we talked about in our deck tech, like or our deck discussion, that
Yeah.
Call of the Herd puts on a very real clock. Like you can't just sit there. It's 3 damage a
Yeah.
turn.
That would be just what the doctor ordered right now, seeing
Mm-hmm.
that counter spell on
Mm-hmm.
the other side of the table.
Actually, yeah, it's gonna be really good this turn because I'm gonna go down to one land and not be able to do anything.
Mm-hmm. All right, the wheels are turning.
Looks like yeah, I just got a bunch of lands, a daze, stifle. The best part is like even if I do find another dreadnought, I don't have a whole lot of ways to protect it, so like it could just straight up die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was a multi-6 already, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So mold of 6 went to a mold of 4 ish,
yeah, it's tough.
and half the win conditions are just gone.
Yeah. uh, I mean, if you were playing Impulse, you'd probably still be able to find it.
Probably. Sleight of hand only goes half as deep.
That's right.
Pretty suboptimal on my part.
Fortunately, we are not living in that universe
Mm-hmm.
at the moment.
It looks like he's holding a Call of the Herd. I think this is a great time to fire it off. Like worst case scenario, I daze, and then like
Yeah,
he gets to just
that's
cast it again next turn when he
just
flashes it back. Like
more value.
yeah, I've got another Gush in my hand, which Gush is a great card, but not when you have nothing to do with it. I think. What do you think about dazing this year? I feel like you got to. Maybe not. Okay.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, Days obviously isn't getting any better as the game goes on.
No, and he's not going to play into that counter
Uh,
spell. Like he's got a treetop village. He doesn't have to. He can do pretty much whatever he
hmm
wants. So.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to cast any more spells unless he wants to at this
Mm-hmm.
point. He can just swing for 6.
Exactly. And he could just do that for the rest of the game, and I just do nothing. I can't do
Yeah,
anything about it.
exactly. Yeah, maybe if he has a wall here, he could fire off
Yeah,
that
that'd be
therapy again.
disgusting. Yeah. Looks like he's just gonna bring in the treetop. Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah. That's 3 turn clock is not nothing. Against my deck that's trying to
That is
gush into a
something.
dreadnought. Okay, got an opt. What do I see? Looks like a land. I assume I
It
didn't
feels
draw
so
12
bad when
12.
you're casting it on your turn.
It really does. It really
Like the
does.
instant speed really does help, like if
Mm-hmm.
you're holding up counter spells and such, but
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Which I mean, I guess I'm able to hold up counterspell here too, but I'm also taking 6 damage a turn.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
woof. That is a strong
Yep,
dress. It's a
that's
strong
pretty
dress.
good.
I mean, you just crash him for 6. Like maybe cast another Call to Herd. Why not? You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you do that, then
I don't know if
Dreadnought's basically on wall duty.
exactly. Yeah. I don't know if I like casting a Call to Herd here though. Like, even if you don't know there's days, which we do know, we do with our omniscience. Um,
Yeah, I
you're
like
not doing
attacking for six
damage. Yeah,
here.
yeah. Attacking for damage is just much better. Yeah.
Yeah, because that puts Dreadnought on the defensive.
Even more on the defense. Like I'm gonna have to
I
start
guess it
burning
would
these
maybe.
stifles to stop treetop activations, right? Like
Yeah, there's Gush.
boomerang. Boomerang's a card.
Yeah,
Yeah, get wrecked, elephant
alright,
token.
let's
Oh, party
clean
foul.
removal
That Gush
for
should be
half an elephant.
below. Gush should be below the boomerang, Carl. Let's step up
Uh-oh.
our graveyard management here.
It's a pet peeve.
Mm. I'm looking at Vision Charm right now. I remember what I was thinking here is like, can I Vision Charm his land, his forest to
Oh,
not forest? Then he can't activate Treetop Village. Like, wait, no, that's not how that works.
okay, it only works on basics and Urzas, right?
It does, yeah. It just works on
It,
basics, but like you can't like stop them from activating the treetop. They just float green mana into
it
the
has to
treetop
have a
and go.
land type. Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
right, right.
Yep. So okay, I went for the opt. I think he's anticipating the stifle. Okay. And he can just activate it again here if he wants, or he can cast. He can flashback
Yeah,
call the herd. Like he's got.
yeah.
Turns out when your dreadnought player has no dreadnoughts in play, not a terribly scary deck.
Yep, he's spoiled,
I know, right?
spoiled here, spoiled for riches.
Mm-hmm. What's that card he's holding? It's red in the picture. Is it a recurring nightmare? Might be. I like going for call the herd here. Really likely it's going to
Yeah.
resolve. Gives you two 3 power attackers next turn. I mean,
Hmm.
that's fine. Same thing.
Uh,
Just slightly bigger.
yeah. Yep.
It is a threat. That's all it needs to be.
So yeah, I guess you're digging for another stifle here, maybe to stay
Maybe I
alive.
think I have to
But
have boomer. I think I have to draw into like boomerang dreadnought to have a even
hmm.
close to a shot, and then even then
Hmm.
it's pretty loose. Yeah, I drew a
Yeah, I
porch. I
think
had
the
to. Yeah,
writing's on the wall.
I got nothing. Which I
That is
did.
the
I
nice
did.
thing about the Dreadnought deck. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
get them to a point where even if they have a Dreadnought, it
Mm-hmm.
still has to be on defense, like because
Yeah.
you have enough pressure on board. Always
Yep.
feels good when that happens.
Yep. So stifle his activation. He just activates again. Same dog and pony shows last round. Not sure what I'm trying to bluff here, but he's pondering it.
Chain of Vapor, maybe? Deck never really plays Chain of Vapor though.
Yeah, there's no real reason to. Yeah, he just activates again. Yeah. All right, going into game 2. Not sure what sideboard cards I brought in. Probably like Winter Orbs. Maybe some Flash of Insight.
Hmm.
I don't think Curse Totem comes in. It doesn't actually. Does just stone. It's just a stone nothing against his deck. So whereas he's got a lot of
Yeah.
options. Chris has got a lot of options. He's got Naturalizes, Smother, Skeletal Scrying if you get some draw
Hmm.
in, Haunting
Yeah.
Echoes for a Haymaker. Like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how much he brought in there.
Mm-hmm. I think you'd probably safely bring out Vendettas, right? Like they're not the ideal 12/12 killer when you have Naturalize and Smother in your sideboard.
Yeah, they're not ideal, but they are 1 mana, so
It's
they,
true.
in certain situations, they can get around a daze.
That's true. They can, or you could draw it the turn after they hit you with the dreadnought, and it's your only way to kill it, and then you
Hmm.
die.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's good in some. Yeah, it's situationally bad, but only very
Yeah. I
seldomly, I
feel like
think.
it
So
might Vendetta might be better than Eid, honestly.
I think so
Just to
too.
use.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's 3 mana. 3 mana is so much, and then you have to somehow
Yeah.
activate it. Like, not
Yeah.
great.
Stifleable.
Counter the Wall of Blossoms. Okay.
Hmm.
I
All
think
right.
it's trying to
I
keep them
mean,
off mana, right?
yeah. Since you led on double green, you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking maybe there's no black. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
also
that
it's
makes
also a
sense.
Cabal therapy later on. Like, he's gonna get that card out of me no matter what. So.
Mm-hmm. It is a clean 2-for-1 in a way,
Mm-hmm.
especially with therapy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I want to see. Treetop coming in, not a call of the herd.
Nice.
And that's what he wants to see is me not using my mana on turn 2. Okay, so it looks like I'm
Yeah,
pondering
you
gushing.
got a gush there. Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna go for reality ripple on the treetop.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Buy some time, just a little bit of time walk action there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, although I do
Does it phase back in? It would phase back in
next turn.
untapped, right?
Yeah, so the phasing happens, then you untap your permanents. It's all
I
part of the
see.
untap step, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it would be super awkward. Someday I'm gonna go back and read the rules of how phasing used to be. Like phasing is now super easy and intuitive, and for whatever reason, it just
Yeah, it
wasn't
makes
back in the day.
yeah. No, yeah, it makes a lot more sense than people think it does now, actually.
Yeah,
It's pretty simple.
yeah, it's just it just doesn't exist until next up until
Yep.
next untap step. That's it. That's all you have to do with it. Like anything
Yeah.
attached to it doesn't exist
Yeah.
either. Doesn't go anywhere.
Right. I think they changed the rules on it back and forth a fair amount though. 'Cause I remember it was kind of confusing for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that open mana, you just send in those treetops like
Hmm.
rough. And I don't think I have Sabo's web in my sideboard. Nope. Yeah. Winter
Like
Orb though. Winter Orb's pretty
Flash.
good. Winter Orb's pretty good against the Treetop Village. You have to draw it, but
Oh, I hate playing a tap treetop village under a winter orb or stasis or
it
whatever.
is
It's
pretty
always the
awful.
worst feeling when you
Yep. Like
yeah.
this could be a useful land drop. No. So it looks like a shuffle there. Yeah, it's a couple dazes and like an
Hmm.
opt.
Yeah.
I don't need dazes. I need
Kind
answers
of
to
interesting
Treetop
you're
Village.
holding that gush.
I think I wanted to get
What
to 3 lands and then be able to gush and have 2 lands afterwards.
yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm not under a ton of pressure, so I think I had some time
Right.
to do it.
You got two of them now too.
Yeah, fortunately. My I think I'm pondering gushing. Looks like I'm gonna go for the gush. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This is after
Okay.
playing my land,
You
right?
can still
Oh no, I
you
didn't
can
make my land
still
drop this
play
turn. Yeah,
Dreadnought.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I didn't
You can
play my
still
land this turn.
combo
Yeah,
here. Oh no, okay.
yeah. Could have had I drawn Dreadnought. So like the really
Huh.
wild thing to do here is to like float 2 more blue and gush again and just hope, but I don't think I like that.
Mm, yeah, you ended up discarding like 3, 4 cards
Mm-hmm.
at
Mm-hmm.
that point. Looks like you're kind of daze flooded. You've
Yeah,
got,
definitely.
is it 2 more gushes even? Or
It's at least one, yeah. Oh, and is that
yeah.
a submerge? I don't have submerge on my list. What am I thinking about? Oh, it's a vision charm.
Mm,
Or foil, one of the two.
okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Chris is playing this
But
really
he's
well.
got
I
the
mean it's
double treetop.
yeah, I mean it doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't look like he's doing anything, but he's making very conscious decisions to do nothing, which is very different, right?
Yeah. I kind of like that. He's not letting you spend your mana on with counter spells and
Mm-hmm.
such. You're just kind of sitting there and drawing cards and saying go.
Yep. Yep.
But now he has black, so he's gonna
Okay.
fire off a
Yeah, might
duress.
as well, right? Like
Yeah.
now I mean he's got pretty good opening to drop like a Bailoff or something, or heaven forbid a Call of the Herd.
Hmm.
In case y'all have not figured out over the last few months, I'm really high on Call of the Herd right now.
I think everybody is.
Still high on Call of the Herd.
It's
That's
like
true.
the
It's
it
the new
card of
hotness. Yeah, it
Modern
is.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. It was Sabo's web. Now it's Call of the Herd. Love it.
Yeah. If you have green in your deck, I
Hmm.
hear you're required to play Call of the Herd now.
I'm pretty sure it's a law. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of getting the right kind of disruption to go with it, right? Like to not lose to the unfair decks.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah,
the
because it can be a slow card, but
It is, yeah, it's super slow, but it's great at busting up mid range mirrors, right? Like
for
just
sure.
toss out a bunch of 3/3s. I was
Mm.
earlier today. I was thinking about because I have 4 foil temporal springs. I'm like, I want to play that card. There's nothing that's good in
Mm-hmm.
it though, or like that's good in.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like some sort of like plow under memory lapse temporal spring predict deck
Yeah.
with call the herds and
Did you see
some mulch maybe.
Patrick Burt's list that he dropped today?
I don't know
That he
what.
played in the monthly?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
But
it's like a oh, you should check it out, man. Yeah, it's he's got the package, quote unquote,
mm,
portent, memory lapse, predict.
oh, I did see that. Yeah,
And
that deck looks sweet. Yeah, it just it didn't appeal to me because it was playing Oath of Druids and it wasn't playing Temporal Spring.
sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean you could slot Temple Spring in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. All
Okay,
right,
so we
so
get the super
huge flash of
value mode,
insight. Yeah, that puts
flash
the
of
Dreadnought
insight.
right away.
Mm.
No
Yeah,
contest. If I was Dave Raska, I would be like, or Dave Raska, I would be like shorthand noting my bottom of my library and know where all my cards are.
right.
I'm too lazy
Just
for that. That's not gonna happen.
for 40 turns down the line when you get to them.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I got some blue
Probably less than
mana.
that with all the cantrips. All right, so we can Dreadnought here.
Yeah, pretty safely. He's got no black mana open.
Yeah, and you can safely attack with it at this point because you can only come back for 6 on the crackback.
Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't have the naturalize. I get to play my land. I've got
Hmm.
foil
I should
mana.
have
Oh,
said
and I get to portent down to
confuse
7
and
cards.
stifle.
Sick.
Nice.
Love when that happens. All right, so I'm sitting at
Yeah, Vision
8.
Charm makes it harder though because you
Ugh.
can swing in. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, if that was a stifle, it'd be a
Be much better,
good
yeah,
blocker
for
there, and
sure.
then
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You take the
uh,
paths you have to take, right? Like sometimes you just
yeah,
have to
you gotta do what you gotta do.
you gotta not have a blocker. That always I don't know, like it always feels good to go to 7, go to 8 cards, cast a portent, and then
Hmm.
not have to discard and drop to the 8th card again the next turn. Love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like you got a spell book in play.
Mm-hmm. So he's put me to 2 this turn. I've got a few cantrips though. If I can get to a winter orb, I'd be in pretty good shape.
Hmm. I like that plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he has a cabal therapy possibly. He knows about
Yeah, I think he has some kind of removal though in hand too.
almost certainly, yeah. He's just to strip out the counter magic and then he can kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations where with cabal therapy you can for newer players you can check your opponent's graveyard and exile pile to see like what counters they've used so you know what to name. So like the stuff there's
Hmm.
3 counter spells used but 1 foil, you name foil because there's more foils left and vice versa.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Got a bunch of dazes. And a foil. I'm sure he
Yeah.
just names foil. Like, yeah, just take that hard counter right out of there.
Yeah.
And that
Mm.
opens up pretty much any removal spell next turn, like during my upkeep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, pretty much, unless you can opt into counterspell or something.
yeah, that's I gotta get pretty lucky here.
Yeah. So it looks like he kind of is playing around Winter Orb here by not attacking. Like he has
Mm-hmm.
the removal, obviously, so he's just gonna go for that.
Right, right. Yeah. Okay, he doesn't have anything on my upkeep. Okay.
Hmm.
Can I just I can just attack, right? Yeah. That's like allowed.
Yeah, that's something you can do.
Got a smother. Okay. Interesting. I don't think it matters, but that would have probably that have been more effective on the upkeep because there's forces the dreadnought player to use their mana
Yeah.
early. If they have a vision charm, they vision charm
Mhm.
instead of attacking you. Um,
Yeah.
so a little
I
bit of
get to
a
see
time error.
one
Oh, there's
fewer
the
card.
there's the winter orb. I think it's gonna be too
Hmm.
late though. Because I don't get to see it till
Well,
next
if he
turn.
does, you take that and he cracks in with the treetops. I mean, it does
If,
something, but your
if he
Dreadnought
has
is
an
dead now, so.
if he has an untapped land, it doesn't matter because he can attack for 6 next turn.
And then
Untap
untap the treetop and
untap the treetop with his other land
attack
untapped, and
again.
then yeah, exactly. So it would be exactly 9.
Yeah.
or not exactly 9. I'm at 8, but
Yeah. Did you
I think I
draw your
forgot my
card
portent.
there?
I did not draw my portent
Yeah.
card. I didn't need
That's
this
why I
one.
don't play that card, because I always forget what I put on top and
Mm-hmm.
always forget to draw the card.
Yep, sending in the treetops.
Seems good.
Oh,
Oh, there
why
you
am I
go.
drawing my portent? Wait, that's weird.
Caught up.
Chris crossing his fingers.
Crossing his fingers for what? No
I,
Winter Orb
I
into
think no.
Dreadnought,
I
I
think
guess?
it's no winter. Yeah, Winter Orb and Dreadnought would be
Yeah.
pretty strong. I
Yeah.
do not, unfortunately, have Winter Orb and Dreadnought. And I'll spoil it because I'm looking down at the time, the time left, and there's not a whole lot left. So I don't think I'm gonna be pulling out of this. But stick around, see if
Mhm.
maybe something happens. So see when I'm dead. See when I'm dead in the next, X number of minutes. All right, so Chris needs to draw an untapped land. He just kills me, unless I have a stifle, which I don't. He did not draw the untapped green source. Womp womp. It's gonna have to
Okay.
wait till next turn, I guess.
So now you can put a wall into play, potentially.
Yeah. Well, I got a stifle. I can stifle the treetop activation.
Okay. That's pretty good under Winter Orb, actually. That buys
It
you like 2
actually
turns at
is.
least.
Yeah, it's like double time walk. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yep, go for the activation. Makes sense.
I like the way
But
Chris plays, very methodical. I've been pretty impressed with his play that I've
yeah,
seen.
definitely. Okay, so stifle. Oh, it is not tapped though. Okay, there we go. I'm still obsessing over the missed portent trigger that I eventually caught. I have to remember to like put a note in. So don't worry, we catch this later.
Yeah. Or everyone
Uh,
explodes in the comments.
exactly. Although that's good. That drives engagement. So
Yeah.
all
Rage
right.
bait. It's always
So
good.
okay, so upkeep, I'm vision charming him so that he has to
Wow.
draw
Forest.
exactly forest. Unless it applies to future lands, but I think it's just lands that are in play. So he
Huh.
can't
That's a good
activate the
question,
treetop.
actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess it didn't matter.
Okay.
But
All right. Good guys won.
yeah, they did. They did. Good job, Chris. Heads up. I think he cast maybe 5 spells that entire match. like
Yeah.
seriously. Game 1, he
Yeah.
cast
Treetop
Call the
Forest.
Herd. He cast Bailoff. He cast Therapy. Maybe a couple
Hmm.
Duresses in there. I think it was fewer than 10, but I mean, that's still pretty impressive.
Yeah. He played that beautifully, I have to say.
Yep, very patient.
Obviously, it was draws lined up really well against what you were doing,
Sure,
but
yeah.
still,
But
yeah.
yeah, you still have the patience. You still, I mean, like, I see Ravenous Bailoff on my hand. You know what I want to do? I want to slam it on the table so I can start attacking for 4.
Oh yeah.
4 is a bigger number than
That's
3. So,
right. Exactly. That's what every rock player wants to do. But then you get
mhm.
dazed, and then you
Like,
basically
well,
got
I
time
guess I just
walked.
lose. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, well played by Chris. I don't know if I think the blue white dreadnought's probably a little bit stronger against the rock just because you can cast Armageddon. Um,
Hmm.
but
I could see that.
Winter Orb does like an Armageddon esque impression, but
Yeah, kind of.
yeah,
Yeah, it feels a little bit worse sometimes because it is
yeah.
removable too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatnot.
Mm. And Mishra's Factory made a huge difference in this match. I just
Hmm.
didn't feel like moving mine around.
Sure. Yeah, I like that tech, especially if there's you're expecting meddling mages.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. Well, to wrap things up, thank you all for watching this long, and hope you enjoyed the match. And we'll have some more coming to you hopefully soon. For Andy and myself, have a great rest of the day.